What are we doing? I don't know, what, a 2 months hiatus on this project? Wind's blowing like crazy, but my camera does pretty good with wind, unlike some other people's cameras do. But anyway, I don't think you'll even hear it. You may. If you do, tough shit. But anyway, what we're looking at is the front of Mater's new heart. Now, it's been sitting there for a good 2 months, pretty much like you see it. Did have a plastic bag over it, which the wind since blowed away since I took it off. But anyway, what have you. Today, what we're going to try to accomplish. Well, what have we got to do here? Anybody know? Oh, well, I was enjoying nice ice cold Pepsi. Yeah, made in Mexico. Only place you can get a darn glass bottle of Pepsi anymore. These still right here will still burn your guts out on the way down like the old Pepsis used to in the old 16-ounce returnables. And they won't give you Montezuma's Revenge, so, you know, whatever. These are actually made in a plant that are specific to come back to the USA. And the reason being is there's certain things in the process, different ways of making Pepsi that the government stuck their foot in. And it has to do with the acidic contents and things to that nature, which makes the beverage what it once was instead of what it is today. And anyway, to make a long story short, it's why it's made in Mexico. But anyway, it never killed us before, but this new crap will kill us. Well, it's time here to get ready to do some work. And yeah, I'm not even prepared for the job. You just get to listen to me. But anyhow, the doctor is here. Wrong doctor, but still, yeah. All I can say is, if you happen to look like me downstairs, I'm not going to play doctor with you, okay? If your equipment is different downstairs, you darn right, come on over. I'll play doctor. Heh. Dirty joke. Hope some of you's got it. Well, that's the first time that's been pulled off our end. A good 2 months, as you can tell. Every bug in the damn 5-state region has decided to attach itself to this. There's a few on the inside before I put it on there. It ain't no big deal, just little bugs and stuff, but still, yeah, it's there. And I'm sure there's a few of them that has flew into the engine and got on the inside of the engine. Like I said, they're just like little gnats and things, so we're not highly concerned. It's not really going to cause a problem, but it will cause me to change the oil filter, you know, a couple 100 miles. Basically, I'll put this engine in, put the oil filter on. Of course, you can see I'm rambling all over the damn place, but anyway, as you can see, there's a few little bugs like right here and stuff. See, just little critters that's on the end of my finger. But anyway, it ain't no big deal. I'll clean them out, but there still may be a few. They're not bugs will dissolve in hot motor oil, trust me. But anyway, I'll clean out what I can, and I'll change the fuel filter. Yep, I'll change the fuel filter. What good's that going to do me for bugs inside the engine? Anyway, I'll change the oil filter after 100, 150 miles, something like that, just to get that crap out of there. Ain't no big deal. Put another oil filter on it. Probably a good idea anyhow, because it's not been really sealed up setting, but it's been, you know, it's been covered. It's had a plastic bag over it. It's had a pan setting on it. You know, not optimal conditions considering it's outside, but you know, it's not full of dirt, so it ain't that big of a deal. But anyhow, what we've got to do today is the oil pump, as you can see right back there. Don't anybody say anything about my bubblegum work around that pickup tube. I had a little difficulty with my welder that day. I couldn't get it to, it just kept sputtering, kept spitting and coughing. It's always a good idea to drive those in. I've actually got, if I knew where in the heck I put it, they make a driver, or it ain't really a driver, it's more like an installer. It looks like a C-clamp with a cutout in the bottom of it to put those pickups in with. I actually own one. It's actually an Oldsmobile service tool. It's actually a GM tool to put them in with, and you press them in. It seems to aggravate the piss out of me sometimes, so sometimes I will use the method of using a wrench and a hammer. As long as you get it in there good and it's sealed, ain't no big deal. The other thing that you do need to do on those is always put a little spot of weld. You know, one good penetration to the pump and to the pickup. that'll keep it from falling out. And everybody's like, that ain't gonna fall out as hard as they are to drive in. Bullshit, they will fall out. I destroyed a 455 Oldsmotor that way. Like you never got the pickup in it. That's why I own the factory tool, to get it in with. Like never beat the darn thing in there. I got it in there, did not put a spot of welded braze on it, and it fell out. Yeah, within 5,000 miles it fell out, killed that engine, destroyed it. So it's always a good idea to put a little spot of weld on that. Make sure that your pickup is level with the bottom of your pan. As you can tell, that engine's sitting almost level on that stand. It's not exactly, but as you can tell, the pickup sets a certain way. I will show you something else while I'm actually thinking about this that has to do with this. Let me zoom back out 500 miles. Get into this like I did. You see, this is an aftermarket pan. I don't know if the camera, yeah, there you go. See this little dent right here? That would be compliments of me. Do you see that little dent? That's compliments of me, and I'll probably have to take a ball peen hammer and actually massage it out just a hair more. This pan doesn't fit that high volume oil pump like it should. It just don't fit. It's got interference. And of course, maybe when I put the gaskets and everything under it, maybe, just maybe, it will fit like it's supposed to. I don't know. I'm clearancing the oil pan a little bit. What's a dent gonna hurt? Ain't gonna hurt nobody. You know, I put one in there perfectly placed. Looks good. That little dent right there that I showed you is just a marker to show me where I need to take a ball peen hammer and a block of wood that I've already hit with a ball peen hammer. That's a trick if you're trying to form an oil pan for clearances or something. Any kind of metal, something thin, sheet metal. Like say you need a divot in sheet metal to clear something, just a flat piece of metal, or like that pan. Take a piece of wood 2x4, take a ball peen hammer and beat the piss out of it until you've got a divot in that wood that sort of looks like what you want in the metal. Then you lay the wood under the metal, line up your divot, and tap and tap and tap until you have it conform to the wood. Works like a charm, and that's what I'll do there. But I will dry fit it with the gaskets and see if that solved my problems. It wasn't a real tight fit right there. It was just enough to where I did not want it rubbing, because you're like, oh, that oil pan ain't gonna move. It's bolted solid. So's that oil pump. Bullshit. You got hot and cold, temperature, expansion, contraction. You have a gasket that will expand and contract and can move. Those bolts don't fit those bolt holes 100% perfect. That shit can move, and it would wear a hole in the pan. Not a good idea. It does not need to touch. But anyway, give you a little shot of Mater. I'd say this will be the end of this video. I'm going to probably cut it up in pieces, but look how freaking dirty old Mater is. Look at all that pollen and crap and dust and dirt. Yep, he ain't actually even been driven this week, so there'll be a cold start in order, because me and the misters will probably take him out this evening, because he ain't been driven a good week. So anyway, that's enough of that, enough of rambling. I'll show you some more when I get into something here. Right now I'm standing here running my mouth. I could be getting parts and getting something done.